Imagine hearing a sound that isn't really there. A high-pitched whistle, a dull roar, or maybe a persistent buzzing. It's with you in meetings, during meals, even as you try to fall asleep. This is the reality for those living with tinnitus, a condition affecting over 740 million people worldwide. And while there's no known cure, a growing body of research points to an ancient solution: your breath. Let's begin by understanding what tinnitus actually is. Contrary to popular belief, tinnitus isn't a disease, it's a symptom. It's the perception of sound without an external source. For some, it's a faint whisper, for others, it's a deafening scream. The causes they vary: exposure to loud noise, age-related hearing loss, ear infections, Meniere's disease, temporomandibular joint disorders, and even high stress. But here's the kicker: in many cases, tinnitus is the brain's response to missing or distorted sound signals from the ear. What this means is that even when the ear is damaged, it's the brain's processing system that misfires, much like a faulty amplifier producing feedback. And here's where things get interesting. Because if the brain can be overactive in tinnitus, could we calm it with something as simple as breath? Let's talk about breath, not just as a life-sustaining function but as a therapeutic tool. Every breath you take is a message to your nervous system. It either says stay alert or relax and heal. This happens through the autonomic nervous system, which has two key branches. Activates fight or flight. Increased heart rate, stress, alertness. Activates rest and digest. Slower heartbeat, relaxation, healing. Now, studies show that people with chronic tinnitus often have heightened sympathetic activity. They're in a constant state of fight or flight. Breathing exercises, particularly slow, diaphragmatic breathing, stimulate the vagus nerve, which activates the parasympathetic system, calming the mind and body. The link between breathing and tinnitus isn't just anecdotal, it's increasingly backed by data. A 2015 study in Frontiers in Psychology found that autonomic imbalance is a key factor in tinnitus severity. Breathing-based relaxation improved this imbalance. A 2017 randomized controlled trial on mindfulness-based stress reduction, MBSR, which includes mindful breathing, showed reduced tinnitus-related distress and improved quality of life. In 2020, researchers examined the effects of pranayama on tinnitus and found that participants practicing Bhramari, humming breath, for just 10 minutes daily over 8 weeks reported decreased loudness and intrusiveness of tinnitus. Neurological imaging confirms that breathing-focused meditation lowers activity in the auditory cortex, the brain area responsible for sound processing. This is key because it supports a concept known as neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to rewire itself. Breathing can help reshape how the brain responds to phantom sounds. Pranayama is more than deep breathing, it's a discipline of controlled breath, part of the ancient yogic tradition. In Sanskrit, prana means life force and ayama means extension. So pranayama literally means expansion of life force through breath. Let's look at 3 techniques shown to impact tinnitus. Balances left and right brain hemispheres, harmonizes the nervous system, and improves emotional regulation. Involves gentle humming during exhalation. The vibration soothes the auditory system and may help mask the tinnitus tone. Slow, whispery breath that engages the parasympathetic system, reducing stress and improving sleep, both crucial for tinnitus sufferers. In multiple case studies and small-scale trials, consistent practice of these techniques led to significant reductions in the emotional distress caused by tinnitus, even when the auditory signal itself remained unchanged. Let's connect the dots. Here's how breathing may help tinnitus. Neuroplastic desensitization. Regular breathing activates brain regions involved in focus and attention, helping shift awareness away from the tinnitus tone. Vagal stimulation. Humming and slow breathing stimulate the vagus nerve, calming limbic system activity associated with tinnitus distress. Sleep and recovery. Tinnitus often gets worse with poor sleep. Breathing improves melatonin release and circadian balance. Stress resilience. Mindful breath reduces cortisol and adrenaline levels, known to spike during tinnitus flare-ups. This is not just about symptom reduction, it's about restoring a sense of control which many tinnitus sufferers lose. Starting is easy. Here's a basic daily routine you can follow. Morning, 5 to 10 minutes. 5 rounds of Nadi Shodhana. 10 breaths of slow diaphragmatic breathing. Afternoon, 5 to 10 minutes. Practice Bhramari Pranayama. Evening, 10 to 15 minutes. Alternate between Ujjayi and Bhramari. Finish with 5 minutes of mindfulness or body scanning. Keep a journal to track your tinnitus volume, your emotional state, and sleep quality. Most participants in studies report noticeable benefits after 4 to 6 weeks. If you want to have a separate detailed video on these breathing exercises, mention it in the comment section below. Breathing exercises are not a cure. They are a tool, a powerful one, in a broader management strategy. If your tinnitus stems from hearing loss, TMJ, hypertension, or a neurological condition, you should consult your ENT or neurologist. But here's the good news: breathing practices are safe, free, and side effect free, and they work in tandem with medical treatments. Tinnitus can feel like an inescapable storm. But what if you held the anchor all along? In your own breath. From ancient yogic wisdom to modern neuroscience, we're learning that healing doesn't always come from the outside. Sometimes it comes from within. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you've tried breathing techniques or pranayama for tinnitus, share your experience below. Your story might just help someone else find silence within the sound. Thanks for watching.